Good morning. My name is Masha Teng, and I am in Egypt House Church, shepherded by Daniel and Jennifer Park. And I was asked to share my testimony with everyone today. Although I have been described by some people as a flaming extrovert, I'm totally terrified to be up here right now, so bear with me as I fumble through my testimony. I was a member of the disaster relief mission trip to Mayfield, Kentucky. If you don't know where that is, don't worry, because neither did we until we went. This team consisted of Jong, Minu, David, Claire, Derek, and our fearless leader, Allie. I will start with a little history on why we were needed in Mayfield, why I went, and conclude with my experience of God while there. In December of 2021, a powerful tornado hit the very small town of Mayfield, Kentucky, devastating the town and citizens. Buildings, homes, and 88 people were lost to the deadliest December tornado in U.S. history. It has been a slow process of rebuilding and giving back so that many citizens can have a fresh start after such a horrible ordeal. We teamed up with Samaritan's Purse, yes, the same organization that does shoeboxes, to rebuild homes that are given to families. Samaritan's Purse was able to purchase a plot of land and is building from scratch a new neighborhood. Since many of these families are first-time homeowners, they are required to attend classes over the course of a few months. These classes consist of basic home and yard maintenance, finances to learn to pay property taxes and emergencies, and various other classes that relate to home ownership. In the end, about 400 families will be gifted with a new house to make memories and grow old in. I signed up to go on a mission trip to fulfill my oath that I signed after taking Class 401. I was fast approaching the 2-year mark, and I had not renewed my passport, so my options were very limited. I had one pick for in the U.S. Because we were not doing VBS or medical missions, there wasn't much for our team to do to prepare for our trip. Allie, with her great wisdom, suggested we meet every Sunday to do sort of a house church style fellowship. We ate good food, sang wonderful praise, led by Minu. And each week we took turns sharing our life testimony. Doing this, we were able to bond and become close to each other in such a short amount of time. Other volunteers in Kentucky were truly amazed that we had only known each other for about 8 weeks prior to arriving. While in Kentucky, our small group was split into 2 teams that were working in different areas and on different stages of completions of the houses. I was very sad that I, 1, wasn't with the other girls in our group, and 2, was put into the older people team, which I realized after returning with the rest of the group that I was a blessing because they definitely had the harder task for the week. However, as the days went on, I was reminded that I was not there to spend time with my own team, but to be with others. We painted, laid floors, installed trim and window boxes, painted some more, installed cabinets, dug giant holes, and even painted more. John, David, and I were teamed up with our foreman, Mike, and Boyce, along with other volunteers, Ginger. We had the pleasure of being able to hear Mike and Boyce's life testimony the first 2 days during lunch, and John and I were able to also share our own. We were very blessed with being able to meet with our homeowners 2 times during our week, which we hear is a very rare occasion. We prayed for them and their new home. Although everyone we came into contact with were believers, there were times that we had the opportunity to share about our house church. I'm not sure if it was our charming personalities, Claire's sitting on the ground half-court basketball trick, or intense nights of games, or Derek and David's horrible skills at cornhole, but our group became affectionately known as the Koreans. And other people that were there wanted to talk to us and hear about our house church. They were amazed at how we were doing life together and sharing with each other in just 8 weeks looked like had we known each other for years. I wish I could say that my time there was filled with just great memories, but that wouldn't be true. Day 1 came with work issues that needed to be taken care of right away, followed by more issues on Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, I received a call from my ex-husband who I had not spoken to in 3+ years. I was very much shaken up by the whole conversation with him and couldn't get it out of my head. However, because of our time sharing our life stories, preparing for this mission, my team knew exactly what to say and do to get me to come back to being present and involved in that day's task. I very much felt like I was being spiritually attacked, something that I honestly didn't really believe would happen. I always thought that it was a coincidence when couples would fight before going on a mission trip or other church-sponsored events. So I didn't pray for protection over my spiritual needs. I prayed for health, for safety, and for my son to be safe while I was away. I have learned the hard way that when you are out doing God's work, the enemy will find you and target you. I started to wish I didn't go, and that I would have even been easier just to stay home. That is what the enemy wants to do. Put doubt in your mind to not do what God placed in your heart to do. As I talked to other volunteers that I was there, God wanted me to be, as I talked to other volunteers and we fellowshiped and played games, I was reminded that I was where God wanted me to be when I received that call. Because if not, I would have been surrounded by others that had, received that call. Because if not, I would not have been surrounded by others that had such wise words of wisdom from similar experiences. I'm not sure of the impact, if any, that was left by me in Mayfield, Kentucky, but I know the impact Mayfield left on me. From the people in the community, the volunteers, our teams, I will never forget my first mission trip as one that was physically demanding but also spiritually fulfilling.